This is really turning into something, maybe something good. This is really turning into something, maybe something good. A flicker of an image works inside of my mind, like a meadow in a ghetto tossed with lemon and lime. This is really turning into something, maybe something good. I describe the feeling like a giant fish I'm reeling in.
Just for the holiday, I released this box set, and in that box set is this leftover Wayne record is in there.
Okay.
But for A Memoir, was there a question about that?
Yeah, no, it was really more of a statement, but I just thought it was great after all those years watching you play, hearing some of your records, and then catching a record here. The Sunlight Search Party I had listened to. Didn't listen to the Little Daggers album. Never got around to it.
Yeah.
Listened to the Slow Down Kid record, and it was great to like just get back, hear what you're doing now, and I got really into it. I just thought it was cool, and I thought it was just cool, just like like a proud moment, just like, hey, this is pretty great that this is still going on, and I just really felt that that you really put out a record, and I felt like it was really had that thing that you were talking about before about, it almost had a, didn't sound like a, 33, 34-year-old guy putting out a record. It really sounded like, I don't know, like you really still had it, the fire burning. And
Thanks
from
so
talking
much.
to you, it seems like you do.
Thanks so much.
But it did sound like that.
I remember you texted me, response, somewhat like that, and I really meant a lot because, like the victories are small nowadays, so any kind of like meaningful feedback from someone who gets it is like super lifts you up. Yeah, no, I had a fire under me, and it was partly this impending fatherhood, and also I found a new way to do it. I was like, I'm gonna move us away. We're gonna plan, a lot of rehearsing, and then we're gonna record it like in 7 days, mix it in 3, in a state so far away that we couldn't be distracted, and then we're gonna promise to release it a week later, so we cannot change it. And by doing that,
that was the deal, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't know
I
that.
said I'm going to release it on this day. I'm going to record it, and then I'm going to give it to you guys. It was a Kickstarter thing, so they paid for it. And I said I'll release it to you 1 week later, and I did.
That's awesome.
And so that made it like, listen, guys, we can't be precious. I'm recording my vocals as we play. Everything was live, and I don't toss that word around lightly. Like, it was a true live, it was to a fault. You couldn't like, oh, can you raise my vocals? Actually, no, because the cymbal just got really loud, and I was like, all right. And there's some moments I hear, and it's so messy.
I didn't hear that.
That's the thing, right? You don't care, but the point is, it made us feel dangerous.
Yeah.
Because I knew if one of us fucked up, you're fucking up my take, or I'm fucking up your take. There was a camaraderie to it.
Yeah.
And I purposely chose songs that I felt, not unlike the Missile Command stuff, I felt fun. Okay, so when you start, you're like, I'm going to play this guitar as loud as I can, right? And it's going to be like, wow. And then this thing called like taste and self-censorship comes in. You're like, oh, that's a little cocky. And like, let's just dial it down to this, and you overthink it. But when I listen to our early stuff, there's a recklessness to it. Like, we're having fun. Yeah. Like, fucking louder and faster. Yeah. And so that was that. Like, okay, I remember we discussed tones. We did it in Omaha, and someone would be like, what do you think of this tone? I was like, and I would shut my mind off and go, no, like, distort it more. Like, the things that aren't maybe cool, but felt like I would do it when I was younger. Mm-hmm. So it's no accident it sounds younger. It was like me getting in touch with my younger
That's
self.
Cool. Yeah. Like the sort of maybe in your own head saying goodbye to that guy.
Maybe, yeah.
And then you realize you don't really have to say goodbye to that guy.
No, it's still in me.
Yeah.
It's just I do shut him off because I have to. It's like I can't, like you said before, I can't go around being an asshole. Like I gotta kind of be this adult guy. But I think you just need examples of people doing it. Like, you're an example, you just need examples of people who just wear it and
well,
and like, this is it, and this is what I am. You don't have to be You can age gracefully.
Yeah. I mean, you know, but it is also a thing. You know, I struggle with it all the time. Like I said before, even like the playing live thing. You know, like going out and playing the show. Like just, it's the day of the show. We're having my son's birthday party like during the afternoon. I don't care. That's totally cool. I'm not nervous or anxious about going on stage anymore. I haven't been in a long time. I've heard that to be a negative thing when it comes to being in a band or whatever, but I'm just not. I mean, it doesn't faze me anymore. I don't even get nervous. I don't even think it's a thing. It's like somebody has a job for a while and they're confident that they're just going to go to work and do their thing. You know, like you know, I'm not really nervous. I sorted out the vocal issue. You know, like I went to a vocal teacher. She told me, what time do you go to bed? I said 4. So what time you wake up? I said 10. How much you drink? A lot. She said, how much you talk? A lot. She said, stop. You don't have a problem with your voice. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
So, so sorted that out. That was the anxiety for a long time, was my voice.
Yeah.
But now, it's just, but that whole thing about playing now, it's, you struggle with it. I struggle with it all the time. You know, this is a cool gig. Like I'm down with this gig.
Yeah.
You know, we're playing Maxwell's. I like the room. We're playing with you. I know
like
it's going to be a
home.
good crowd. Yeah, it's got a very comfortable thing.
Yeah.
But if somebody said to me, hey man, we're going to do a little weekend swing down in Baltimore, DC, and then we're going to play a show, and I'd be like, I'm not. I mean, I don't know what you're doing. But that's just me, though. You know, that's the place that I got to. I know that's
what about it is it? Is it that you don't think that much will come of it, or you literally don't have fun doing it? Like, even if you go down to Baltimore and there's
I'll have fun. Me, Pat, Donovan, and Jeff will have a blast. But
so what?
Well, there's just a bit of selfishness to it, I think, that's just not merited anymore in my life. You know what I mean? Like that.
It causes too much. There's too much required of that asking of like. So it's not worth it. You'd rather like spend the time if you're going to go away a couple of days.
I'd
do
go
else.
to a ball game with my buddies from college or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like literally. And for years and years, it wasn't that. For years and years, it was, hey, Memorial Day weekend, everybody gets together and has a party. Well, I'm not. Dylan's not here because he's playing. He's trying to make it, or he's trying to. This is his goal in life, and I missed out on 10 years of it. And I'm just not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
But that's me. You know, and I know that's sad. I don't even want people that listen to my music to hear that shit. But it is what it is, you know?
I don't know if it's such a bad thing because presumably they like you and your stuff because there's some kind of honesty in it. So if you can't provide that honesty, if you're faking it, they're not going to like it anyway. Yeah, I don't know how much I miss. I'm in between lives. Like, I don't know if I miss normal life. I don't know if I miss rock life. I'm a homebody, so I don't miss being on the road, but I do still have some unfinished business. I feel like, I haven't proven enough, you know?
Yeah.
To who? I don't know.
Me too.
Right.
I've accepted that I'm going to die with it.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I don't see any other solution. I would love to be a songwriter for somebody. You know?
Yeah, we talked about that.
You know,
it's not easy.
Because that's what I do. Like that, I feel like.
I think we're in the wrong town for that.
Yeah, no, totally. And again, that's the whole thing. Am I the type of person to take my whole family down to Nashville? I'm not. So I can't cry about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like these people who go out and you got to commend these people. Even these bands that really make it out there. I mean, that there's bands even today touring all the time, man. That is like. I look at these bands. I go see them sometimes. You know, some of these bands that are like younger, that are out now, that are touring all the time, like Deer Tick and Dawes and all these bands. And I really admire them because they just don't give a fuck, and they're just out there doing it, knowing that music business ain't the same. There's really not a ton of dough in it. These guys are just making good music, and they're playing gigs, and people are showing up because there's enough people that give a shit if you're playing good music. And I think that's just so great, you know, because I didn't have it when I got confronted with we can make a living playing music, we have to be on the road for 10 months out of the year. I said no.
Yeah,
that's my own choice. I gotta live with that, you know.